Just super soft, and anytime I get close to the shoulder it feels like it's going to suck me in. If I find the campsite, I'm worried that if I pull off the center of the road, it might sink up to the axles. It's Friday night at about 8 o'clock and I've been driving for about 4 hours now. We're north of Deer River, Minnesota in the Chippewa National Forest. I had 5 different camping spots that I looked at. 3 of them were occupied, 2 of them no longer exist. We'll find something though. I've got campsites pinned all over in the Chippewa National Forest, and I've been checking them as I go. They're all full. I mean, it's Friday night. Of course they're all full. Camping season is on us, and this happened to me a couple of times last year too. So I decided to just keep driving north. Right now, I'm north of Big Fork, Minnesota, not that far out of International Falls, and that's the Canadian border. There's got to be something available up here. Unfortunately, there's hardly any cell phone service. I don't have any paper maps of this area, so I'm going to one last campsite. We're gonna check it. If this doesn't work, we'll probably be backtracking into Grand Rapids, staying at Walmart, and then we'll get up early tomorrow morning and figure out what we're gonna do. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can find something. One thing's for sure, we can't get stuck out here. I've got no recovery equipment. So far, it's not too bad. Some low-hanging branches, but that's about it. I would get out and walk it, but the mosquitoes would tear me up. I think if we can make it through this, we'll get to the boat landing down here. Oh yeah, look at this. Mint. I've got to get out, put some bug spray down, and then I'll get back with you. Boy, it is that time of night. These mosquitoes are just insane. Toby and I, we're going to get in the camper, call it a night. I was up at 5:30 for work this morning, so I'll see you guys in the morning. Holy buckets, these bugs are crazy. This is a beautiful campsite we rolled into last night. I'm really, really thankful that we found it. The woods is starting to get full. We're still in Itasca County, but we're way up on the northern edge, not too far out of International Falls. Unfortunately, the cell phone doesn't work. Weather radio, it's spotty. I think if I go outside, I'll be able to pick up the forecast. I'm hoping that we don't have any major thunderstorms, because getting out of here Sunday, that could prove to be a little sketchy. But this place is gorgeous. I should probably look at that Garmin InReach again, or there's other devices out there that allow you to send emergency text messages through the satellites, and then you can also pick up the weather forecast. But when I looked at it, it was a couple $100 just to get the device, and then a monthly subscription fee on top of that, and it was just something I couldn't swing. But when you're out here in the middle of nowhere, especially last night driving in, if I get stuck out here, or if I don't show up for work on Monday, people are going to start worrying about where I am. Oh, it's starting to get windy out there. I might not be in the kayak this weekend, but I'm definitely going to do some fishing right after I finish my coffee. I never forget about how lucky I am to be able to find places like this right here. At first I thought the campfire was just full of wood, but there's some garbage in here. So we'll pick all of this out, and I'm not sure if we're going to start a fire right away. We might wait till later tonight. Hopefully the wind dies down. If nothing else, I've got that smokeless pit. We're going to make this look good as new. That's a good sock yet. Well, I think that looks about 100 times better. What do you think? Is that good, Toby? Let's get the garbage picked up. Well, if nothing else, we got it cleaned up for the next guy. He's even got a nice little stack of wood. Hopefully this wind calms down. I know someone's going to ask what the sign says. Welcome to this Itasca County dispersed campsite. It's pretty much the same rules as any state forest campground or national forest campground. They allow you to camp here for free up to 14 days. They do limit it to 2 sleeping units, so 2 tents, 2 campers, max of 10 people, and they ask that you don't block the boat landing because there are people that may come down here and want to launch a canoe. I've been to a number of these dispersed campsites in Itasca County, and it's amazing the number of people that'll put their campers right at the boat landing thinking that's their own personal beach. It happens all the time. I'm thinking someone might have even brought a lawnmower out here recently because the grass has all been cut. This is one of the nicest campgrounds that I've seen this summer. Toby's loving it too. I haven't heard anybody back here yet, but I imagine there's a lot of ATVs that use these trails. What is this, another camping spot? A little gravel pit. Probably don't want to be sticking around here too much. That might be a skunk living in there. Toby, let's go. One nice thing about this wind is it's keeping the mosquitoes away. Check out the frogs. That could be fishing bait right there. You guys are lucky. You're gonna live to see another day. When we were driving in here last night, I spotted another trail, so I'm gonna check it out and see if this goes to a campsite. It's a little tight, but I could clean this all out. Nope. It's just a four-wheeler trail. But it put us up on a big hill. This spot's beautiful. There might be a campsite back here, but there's no way the truck's getting back here. Be a great view too. This is the main trail coming into it. Pretty sketchy. We're gonna go back to the camper. I'm gonna clean up inside a little bit. And some of you have asked, what do I do when I'm just hanging out inside the camper? So I'll show you exactly what I do when I'm not recording. I don't know if life gets much better than this. What an awesome weekend. So what happens inside the camper when I'm not recording? A lot of cleaning. Driving down these back roads, it gets dusty in here. So this is a constant battle. I try to keep up on it as much as possible. The other thing that it does is when I'm wiping the cupboards and wiping the walls down, I can tell if anything is starting to come loose in the camper, or if any trim is pulling off, if I'm getting any wet spots around the windows. So it's not just cleaning, it's almost preventative maintenance. Keeping the carpets clean in here has been a losing battle. I have a stain remover that keeps the carpet looking fairly clean, but I'm thinking about ripping it all out. Same with this step. It'd give me a lot more room if I take that step out. I saw someone on the Arctic Fox Facebook forum remove theirs, and it really did make a lot of extra room in their camper. Makes a tall step up into the dinette, but I think it would be worth it. But there's two things that take up more time than anything when I'm making these videos. Number one is reshooting shots. I've been sitting here at this computer talking to that camera now for probably about 45 minutes, but I can't seem to get the words out right. So I stop, re-record, stop, re-record. Hopefully this time we'll get it. The other thing that takes a lot of time, editing the videos. So there was someone down in the comments a couple of weeks ago who was saying that something was fishy about my videos. Not kosher. He's like, I don't get it, man. You have 48 hours to make a video. Why are they not an hour long? You're lying to us. There's something you're not being truthful with. But here's the deal. I get off work Friday. I jump in the truck and I start recording. I'll be honest, usually Friday, the reason why I don't talk a lot in the beginning of the videos is because I'm already sitting at 15, 16 hours in my day. It's already long enough the way it is. Sometimes I don't have anything to say. So Fridays are usually that intro. Saturdays roll around and that's kind of the meat and potatoes of the video. And along with re-recording, I'm editing the video. Because see, on Sunday, I'm going to put all this stuff together and we're going to go home. and I'll be up until 2, 3 a.m. and I'll go to work Monday morning. So I'll sleep for a few hours, go to work Monday morning, get home from work, and do the same thing. I'll edit again until 2, 3 a.m. And then Tuesday, I bring the laptop to work with me so I can upload it on my lunch break so you guys can see it Tuesday night. Editing these videos takes me about 20 to 30 hours. So I have to find that 20 to 30 hours somewhere between Saturday and Tuesday morning. That means I got to be editing Saturdays in the computer, and I'll sit here for 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours. Right now, I think it's like 3:30 already. I got to edit the videos at some point in time. That's why the videos are not an hour long. There's just not enough time in the day. Monday through Friday, I'm not a YouTuber, just a regular guy. And I'm just sharing my weekends with you. There's no lying here. What you see going on is exactly the way it happens. So that's why you don't see a lot of the background stuff, because the behind the scenes is this right here. Are you going to sleep all day, Toby? Great. It's starting to rain. This is going to change plans for supper. And just because I got a YouTube channel doesn't mean I'm different than anybody else. Sometimes I just want to sit down, watch a little bit of TV, especially on a rainy Saturday afternoon. So good news, that storm moved through and took some of the wind with it. We're not going to have a really big fire tonight. I've got some lump charcoal, and that's what we're going to cook on tonight. We'll see how it goes. If it starts to get out of hand, which I don't think it will because we're just going to use charcoal, then I'll move over to that smokeless fire pit. What do you think, Toby? Is it going to be good? Let's go inside and see what we have for supper. We're going to make a country-style pork ribs in the Dutch oven, and then we're going to finish them off with barbecue sauce over the fire. This should be good. The nice thing about cooking pork is 3.5 pounds of meat, $5.75. I think apple goes really good with pork. So here's the plan. We're going to use an applewood rub from McCormick's. Also, I'll be boiling them in an apple cider. When it's all finished, after about 2 hours in the Dutch oven, we're going to put some of this Guy Fieri apple smoky sweet barbecue sauce, and we're going to put it back over the fire. This should be good. Once we got the ribs covered, we're going to put in the apple juice, and I'm probably going to go half and half apple juice, half water. just enough to cover the ribs. This goes on the fire. Of course, the wind is picking back up. It's all right. We're gonna get the charcoal in here, and I'm hoping that it gets hot enough that even if it starts raining, we'll still make this work. I just didn't think it was gonna be this windy. So here's the plan. I dug out the pit deep enough, big enough that I can fit the Dutch oven along with the coals in here. I'm hoping that I don't even need to get the tripod out tonight. This is gonna cook just like that. Once the coals are white hot, we'll transfer it around. It'll boil that liquid in there. This is gonna work. I really think the sun wants to come out. It has the potential of being a beautiful night. I'll let you know when the coals get ready. And that is, if this even works. Well, the 2,500 watt hours, it's just not enough for me. After making a couple of pots of coffee, powering the computer, the different camera batteries, I'm out of power. I gotta start the generator. I'm up to 680 hours on that generator now. Let's check out the ribs. It's working out just like I planned. Let's lift the lid and see how it looks. Awesome. Add a little bit more water. I definitely don't want them drying out. It's been about 45 minutes, so we'll just keep letting it go. I got about 25 minutes until the ribs are ready for the barbecue sauce. So I thought, why not throw a few casts out, see what we can do. I got some leeches for tomorrow morning. That's when it's gonna get serious. Tonight, we'll just see what we can do. Honestly though, it doesn't even matter if we catch anything tonight. Tomorrow morning I know we'll pick up some panfish. Catching on to the weeds. I can't get it to go down very far at all, otherwise it's just going to be into cabbage. Let's check them out. That looks perfect. Okay. We'll get these off, get some barbecue sauce on them. Yeah, they're falling off the bone. That's done for sure. These smell so good. We're gonna get them out of here, put them in a pan, and get that barbecue sauce put on. try this barbecue sauce. Nope. This is way too sweet. This tastes like it should be on orange chicken. Okay, scrap that idea. We're going to Sweet Baby Ray's because we know that's the good stuff. Load it up. We're going to get these completely covered and then put them on the grill for a little bit. This is not going to be easy. They want to fall apart like instantly. Messier than I was anticipating, but we'll make it work. Go home, mosquitoes. I think we're going to get them off. Well, here it is, all done, and it tastes so good. I'll have leftovers for the rest of the week. And I'm sure by the time the video comes out on Tuesday, I'll probably have it over a bed of rice, a little bit of steamed broccoli, barbecued pork, and that's going to be good. But tonight, this will do just fine. Ooh, that is good. Well, I'm going to finish up with supper, wash up these dishes, go watch the sunset, probably start that fire. It's about that time. The bugs are coming out. I was really hoping to sit by the fire for a little bit, but yeah, the bugs, they're getting bad out here. It's always this time of night when it gets really bad. We'll try coming back out here in a little bit. It really turned out to be a beautiful night. And just think, I almost scrapped this whole video. Last night when I got out of the National Forest by Deer River, I called my girlfriend Mandy on the phone and told her, I says, you know, the forests are full again. It's been happening every week. Last week I didn't get to the campsite until probably 9:30 or so. Spent 4 or 5 hours driving around. The week before that, thankfully, it was a 3-day weekend because I ended up having that guy pull in next to me at that campsite and just figured we'd be neighbors for the rest of the weekend, so I was forced to find a new spot. All I had to do was just keep driving a little bit further north. I do know I need to get up to the Superior National Forest a little bit more. There's some beautiful camping up there. And if you can get away from the lake, you can find a lot of places all by yourself. The landscape looks a little bit different. It's more rocky and hilly up there. Not quite the heavy, thick underbrush that we have here in the north central part of the state. It's beautiful, that's for sure. But that's about a 6-hour drive for me. So what I've done in the past is I'll leave work and then stay at the scenic overlook in Silver Bay, stay there overnight, get up the next morning, and then film that drive out to the campsite the following day. It's just time and money. But with that being said, here's a couple of things that I need to talk to you guys about. The comment section in the videos has been growing a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I would love to be able to respond back to every single comment, but that's impossible. Some of the videos are getting over 1,000 comments. There's just not enough time for me to respond back to every single one of them. But I do read them all, and I have been seeing that there's some comments that are using profane language, curse words. Let's just keep it clean down in the comments. You know, there's a reason why I got off the Facebook forums is because people down there in those comments can be so mean to each other. There's no reason that we need to be mean to each other. Not on this channel. We're just out here and enjoying Mother Nature. So let's try and keep the comment section clean. No curse words, no profanity. And be nice to each other down there. That's all I got. I think we might see some stars tonight. I'm tired. This fire's burning down. I'm going to bed. I'll see you in the morning. We were up at 6 o'clock this morning and it looked like the day was going to be perfect. The sun was shining. There was a little bit of a breeze that was keeping the mosquitoes down. And clouds started rolling in and then the sprinkles came. But I've been dealing with this headache all morning long, and I think maybe I just didn't drink enough water yesterday. So I jumped in the shower, took a long hot shower, long relatively speaking. It's a camper, so I can get a little over a 10-minute shower. It seems to be helping. I think this morning, Toby and I are just going to watch a little bit of TV. I'm going to drive some of this caffeine down me. That'll help the headache go away. And we're going to get outside. Hopefully, it doesn't start raining again. The road coming in here was already wet, and I just don't want to get stuck on the way out. So let me finish this coffee, and I'll get right back with you. I was hoping it was going to clear up this morning. It just does not want to cooperate. It's actually getting colder as the day goes on. It's about 49 degrees right now. I don't think I'm going to be casting out a line this morning. I wouldn't be able to throw very far into this wind anyways. That just means we're keeping the fish population in check out here. I should have tried this spot last night. It doesn't look like there's as much weeds here. The leeches will be good till next weekend. I'll just make sure that I keep changing the water out. Those lanterns have been coming in really handy this weekend. It's a lot cheaper than keeping the thermosills going. A bottle of tiki torch fuel is stuff to keep away the mosquitoes at citronella and cedarwood. It costs less than $20, and that'll last me probably 2 months. But I bet I went through probably $60 worth of Thermacell products this week. It has been expensive to keep the mosquitoes down, that's for sure. These work pretty well. It's been a nice break this weekend, not having the cell phone, the way I'm not sitting and obsessing over the YouTube analytics. This has been such a good little grate, and I've been carrying it for years. It's come in handy quite a few times. I just bought it at Walmart. I've had some people ask about it. I don't think I used the grill yet this year. I'm gonna have to break that out. Maybe next weekend. Are you getting silly this morning? Oh, hi. Let's get these mosquitoes off you. Oh my, you're covered in them. Oh man. Toby likes to go running into the woods and kicks up all the mosquitoes. Well, I think that's just about gonna do it. We got this video in the bag. You've been hanging out with Toby and me all weekend. That's definitely long enough. We'll do this again next Tuesday. Hopefully we won't have to drive around for hours and we'll find the perfect spot first time. Until then, be kind, be honest. We'll see you down the road. Let's go home, Toby. Good boy.